Well, it's Groundhog Day again.
Good morning and welcome to the Collapse Experiment channel. I have my coffee. I have looked at the news. And this time change bullshit needs to end. My clock says it's about 9. It's really about 8. Should have woke up at 7, but really, it was 6. Yeah. Just not feeling like the kids didn't want to get up. I didn't want to get up. Don't blame them. This is completely stupid. So, to the news. Yeah, Iran fired 12 rockets at the U.S. consulate in Iraq. Iran admits it. Their royal guard was just like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? And they stated it was in retaliation to an Israeli attack in Syria. Wow, these are countries you don't hear about in the news much anymore, are they? They also stated that they are in solidarity with the units of V and Z in Ukraine. So I think Iran is trying to link themselves to Russia, which they already have Russian support. Like they don't have to do anything to really point that out. You know, there's if it's not Russia backing them, it's China, and really at this point they're pretty much the same thing. So another fake news report came out stating that Russia went to China asking for help with troops and arms, and the important thing to look at when you see this article is that it says sources, which is hilarious because that's a lazy reporter's way of writing an article stating what they want to say while claiming they have something to back it up, and you can't really question it because of the First Amendment as to who the source is, right? Yeah. And even if they do have a source, it's going to be like, yeah, so and so, well, a source from the White House. Oh, you mean that homeless guy that was like sleeping up against the fence and pooping on the sidewalk? That's your source. He's close to the White House. I mean, it works, right? So the invasion of Ukraine is still happening. Yay! I don't know. I don't know how to feel or think about that anymore because the social justice warriors are now like, man, they're really starting to act like the people who were pro invading Iraq back in what 2003. How dare you speak up against America? What? You're not a patriot? What? You don't love this country? How dare you? If you're not with us, you're with Al Qaeda. So I'm going to do my best from now on that anytime somebody speaks up about like not supporting Ukraine or of course you're a fascist, I'm going to point out two obvious things to them. One, you're acting like Republicans from 20 years ago. That should go over well. And you are also supporting a country that has an actual neo Nazi unit in their military. I mean, there is that too. I don't see Antifa getting any plane tickets to go over there and start hitting people with bike locks or anything. So I should probably do a man. What do they call that? When a newspaper does their correction. I think it's just a correction, right? Right? There's no like technical name for it. They just add the correction to like page 7 or whatever. I'm about 4, almost 5 minutes in. It's a good time to do a correction on previous videos that I've done. Even though I still don't think I'm wrong. Um, yeah, so the Kim Iverson Mectadin Um, yeah, that study, which I shared on here, has been retracted. It's like you're supposed to pretend it never happened. They're saying that the information was flawed, the study was flawed, therefore we can't use any of the information in it, yada yada yada. For some reason, it's still posted. And there's nothing on it saying it was canceled. Is this like scientific cancel culture here? Yeah, so the study's still up, which really hurts my head because I've seen examples of other studies that were proven to be not true, and those have like nice little stamps on it to say that like this is all can't use this information, can't use it for scientific studies. It's been taken down, except for this one. That one kind of hurts my head. So in my mind, as long as that study is still up and someone else is trying to claim that it's not valid, and I'm not really trusting the people to say whether something is valid or not. Because the thing is, this study was peer reviewed, and that's supposed to be like the standard for credibility on this. You can do a study, but then other people have to look at it, verify the information, try doing their own, and when they come back with the same or similar results, that's how science works, right? So I'm having a big problem here figuring out what the hell the problem is. So yeah, that's one correction. The other one is the 9 pages of side effects that were listed in the Pfizer documents. Which yeah, if Pfizer, I'd really like to see them be audited because that would be hysterically funny considering the amount of organization they have in their papers that are being released to the public. Like 9 pages of side effects. Now, anybody looking at this set of documents is going to say, like, holy crap, I had no idea that these were all the possibilities from this vaccine. Well, then Pfizer comes out and says, oh, no. That's what the doctors and nurses are supposed to look for after administering the vaccine. Because they had no idea what the side effects were going to be. But then, so that's the correction there. It's a list of things they were supposed to look for. But it took a court order by a federal judge to have the 9 pages along with everything else released to the public for the doctors and nurses to know what to look for when they're giving the vaccine. Can we just say I'm feeling like they just didn't want anything to be reported? Is that a possibility here? You have 9 pages of possible side effects that doctors and staff are supposed to look for. Those 9 pages were never given to anybody, anywhere, at any time, telling them to look for these things. I'm. Is that fraud? Could that be like a really good case for fraud here? Maybe in some type of class action lawsuit, court type thing? Because 9 pages of side effects that people could possibly have, but getting the vaccine, but full consent, right? They gave their full consent. They knew what they were getting into. So the last bit of news, if you haven't already, I would go out and maybe spend a couple extra bucks on some long-term food storage. If you like pasta or anything related to noodles, Chinese, Italian, whatever it might be, you might want to go buy some now. Because the Goshen Is it the Goshen family? I don't know. There's a couple on YouTube. I believe their last name is Goshen. They live in central-ish Michigan, and they're posting videos over the weekend of like empty store shelves, no pasta to be found, no cooking oil. Things are starting to disappear from store shelves. A lot of it is actually related to the invasion of Ukraine. Between Russia, Moldova, Ukraine, Latvia, that's like 35% of the wheat market in the world. And you don't have wheat, you don't have bread, pasta. So, last couple of years, I've been stocking up a bag or two of flour here and there. Stores pretty well for long periods of time. And cooking oil, I don't know. I don't usually deal with cooking oil, so. But hey, if you like your fried food, cool, good for you. You should probably go buy some, because stuff is disappearing, and who knows when we'll start seeing that stuff again. It looks like Ukraine is going to be a long endeavor. There's also the very real possibility that Ukraine is just going to be like a fortress out in Europe, like a base camp for whatever Russia decides to do next, is what it's appearing to be. There's speculation that he might be looking at Poland next. Yay. He might also just take Moldova. That's what they're thinking. So, I mean, that's what Belarus showed on their map. So there's a possibility they might just go into Moldova, secure that, and claim the whole thing. Which means, who knows what the hell that means at this point. I'm going to save that tangent for another video about the media, because I don't know who to believe anymore. I don't know like what to share, what not to share sometimes, and unless there's definitive proof on things, yeah, there's really no reason to even talk about the subject. But heaven forbid you post something on Twitter and Twitter Nazis lose their mind about like, no, Ukraine is winning. How dare you say otherwise? What are you, a Russian sympathizer? Yeah, that's how they sound in my head when I'm on there. So, anyways, go out, get some food. Sorry, not sorry about the previous stuff that I posted on those studies, but I still think that the corrections are full of shit. And yeah, keep on typing.